2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final between Kings Lynn Town and Fakenham Town. Apologies for the slightly delayed start in the commentaries there, just a few technical issues, but you know, we've been there before, haven't we? My name's Michael Bailey. I'm joined by former Dereham Town manager Matt Hemman to commentate on tonight's final, which is underway. We've got Fakenham, the chain strip, Kings Lynn, of course. Matt, what to seeing tonight? Because
yeah, and it's a complete contrast to be trying to
from free kick delivered from deep. We'll go through the teams. Cracking crowd in here. Heard over on the far side, and the City's go through the teams. Alex Street in goal. Ryan Fryatt, Ward and Jordan Young making up. Michael Clune and Sam Ward across the middle. Fakenham will get the chance to clear their lines. And then up top, Ryan Hawkins, we expect to be playing just off Ryan Harmwell, who will be Lynn's, of course, managed by caretaker manager Neil Jarvis since Wayne Anderson's surprise departure for Ghana. He's going to look playing on the right with Ashley Jarvis.
Side and midfield quite compact. Stephen Harvey's in.
It's Lynn trying to get an early foothold in the game. 2 levels above, but it's King of 15th place finish, I think it was, in the fellow Premier Division.
Technical challenge, like I said, in the midfield, at the base of the Lynn, to try and stop him getting on them more of a higher tempo, and obviously it's you just expect the Lynn have possession for them.
Towards Norfolk, I mean, this Cuppins, Matt, has it still got the prestige that it has always had?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, probably the more it becomes clubs to support with them.
And they're showing a bit of composure to help clear his streak. Good kick-off.
For me, at different times, Clunan was with us, who's known as Pedro. He's been with us for a few games on loan, as Stewie Garner, who just got Dereham in reserves and was there.
For both sides to deal with. There's a nasty shin injury. Jake Watson was showing me some pictures on Twitter of that element. It did look like quite a nasty one, so great to see him back playing, because he's a 2-year-old forward who's attracting a lot of interest. Ball out wide, Sam Warburton. Competitive.
Important player of the try.
This one is final.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to play here, you obviously have to win. But Norwich City played on
far side to settle in. Time. Here. Another. I think what's happened? He's doing a cracking job and build on from that. His departure and Neil Jarvis is kind of.
Yes, it's probably the biggest thing. Is it's just a shame that it got to that. I mean, you're obviously privileged to any of the information that's going behind the scenes. But first and foremost, Wayne's and Jarvis work wonders with this group of players. They're very loyal to Wayne and Jarvis, and having worked with this occasion, they deserve to do so.
That is true. He is here tonight as in the build-up as well.
I think he's been as well as they can for him, as well as Jarkin.
Absolutely. A good battle on the far side there. Results in this flick on is good. Through Fakenham, I think the way they're going to go, I'll be definitely hoping Lynn trying to get things under control, and that's a lovely couple of touches from Hawkins.
Lynn to be able to deal with it, against some very centre backs across the back four. Ryan Fryatt was playing at right back as Leonard's headed the ball. They'd be able to deal with aerial stuff.
Absolutely. And dangerous from a set piece or two, I believe. Right. Younger brother, that old himself, isn't he? 23.
Yeah, Ryan's 22.
Now managed by Overhouse, 308. Cleared by Kings. Lynn just settled. And this will
one of their now.
Here it.
Bit of a break on and make a run off Gorgon there, and for the family, Michael might have thought it was worth just
cards this season so far. Talk. Able to settle now. Michael Clunan, I think, had kind of been earmarked as a player that we go through. His former Norris knows what to do with the football.
Yeah, very one season, and really made us tick. And he actually gets his fair share of goals, although he plays quite deep. He travels in behind the play quite well, and with good passing range. Appears you'll see him having more influence on the game.
Just into up until this point, a few weeks ago. Lynn on the attack. Comes back to Fright. Nice little ball inside. And Wicks claims a little bit of help from his defender there. Lynn have had a few issues in terms of striker options. There are a few players out today. Andrew Don out and Liam Metzum, another one they're missing. He's Warburton on the left.
Game, and I think they took the decision that if he had it done nice and early, then he'd be ready for the start of next season. So it was a bit of obviously a shame that he's had to miss this one. He's a big threat, runs himself into the ground, very athletic, great in the air. If he could add a bit of finishing to his game, then he'd do really well for him, very well, even better.
It kind of emphasises the job Ian Culverhouse wants to do at Kings Lynn. But those sort of things. The Norfolk Senior Cup final, I think that's quite an agricultural challenge there on Young. George Abbott.
2 centre halves and Ryan Fright coming up there, they'll be a real threat.
Indeed. Sam Gorkran. Tom Ward moving up, getting ready for the delivery, which will almost certainly come from Michael Clunan, Linnet's captain. It's calling for a 2-man wall. And the crowd are quite absorbed in this. I think it's certainly gone quiet. Lynn into easy for Rick. Lynn, the only closest to scoring. Header from Sam Warburton.
Yeah, Fakenham would just want to try and stay in the game for as long as possible and take the game as deep as possible.
And what's the referee going to do here? It's a penalty. Tommy Ricks raced off his line. I think it was Hawkins who was played in behind the player, but referee see a card.
Over to his linesman, he gave the penalty. So, off balls away from the nicest possible way. It's fair enough if there was contact. It was in
the difficult zone in such a tight rope.
Yeah, did look a bit soft.
No real chats. He's wheels off to set.
Spot. To be honest with you, so didn't know.
Fakenham won't be able to just sit in now. Never really well out of the goal. One no doubt we may well hear about after the game too. But we don't have any video replays yet, and no video.
Standing here, not in the Fakenham dugout.
Neil Jones. As we were saying that, because I opened the game up, but the lead for respect.
Play at cagey, and they're on. 1-0's 80 minutes.
Absolutely, sets you down the ball away with nice composure and patience. After that opening goal, Michael Clunan from the penalty spot. Interesting night saying that he could tell when it's there. It's been an issue given that they haven't.
I don't think you lose much general fitness in a couple of weeks, but I'd have thought they would try to address that in training. But yeah, just a little bit of match sharpness might have gone. I remember we played at Deer and we played Kings in and out in the Senior Cup final, and there was a similar delay. I think it might have even been longer. And I think that we tried to really keep our players out of it. Perhaps that's difficult to say, isn't it? I don't think there's.
We'll certainly see how the game's dynamic changes as we get into the later stages. And no doubt sides will be trying to make the most of their rare foray out onto Carrow Road for a showpiece final. It is 24th minute, Kings Lynn Town 1, Fakenham 0. Both sides have won this competition plenty of times. It's something like 20 times in the 50s.
For as long back as I can remember, last year then.
A few tackles flying in there. While we were don't give.
Yeah, he doesn't want to cup final. The last thing you want to do is, he's trying to
find it. He had a minimal contact there. Deep ball put in. Tommy Ricks is up and he claims it very well with Warburton. Proving a real decent threat.
Something that looked like they're trying to do there. I haven't seen much of Warburton, but
it's in shift well. Holds the ball up well. Not seen too much of him, but his ship shows a good turn of pace. He wins a free kick there with relative ease against Matt Dye, who was being asked to do by Neil.
Kieran is at right back. He's a highly rated young player, and obviously they're using him.
Work the penalties. Michael Clunan step Jarvis. You wait. The captain helps clear his lines. As a player,
been known to.
That's a lovely turn. First time, trying to make the most of it, and he feeds. The ball does squeeze. Do get Jarvis again. Lovely turn. Runs off. League season was basically finished 3 or 4 weeks ago. I think it was a month since they came with a nice touch. And the crowd aren't happy about that one.
Down, it looks like
Stewie Garner, sorry.
So the referee might have to look
a few late calls.
Look, just keep body tackle.
Far side, as you know, made the most in second tackle pulled out, which is
though the ball's going to hit it. There. He's perhaps just on the edge a little bit.
Better of the ball than they've seen at any stage of this.
And they've got a trail back broke through, so
a little bit
rarity these days to see two.
And do you think Matt or
the plan of is best suited to those players and player is then?
Yes, Toby Hilliard and would guide his ship.
You know, play one up front. You know, they're
playing a line 2 tiers above them in the second half of the set. Fakenham doesn't get a fight. His died to make long Sri Lanka.
Gabbett would be a defensive switch, might be a side.
Yeah. Range, because it wasn't hit. Referee Sri Lanka.
Yeah, I think Fakenham would be quite got a little to shoot a real uphill bat and.
Hurler.
I've heard that before.
Clear. But I think they were unhappy about the high. A little bit stacked. Fakenham.
Yeah, so it was a bit of an issue and away from the goal. You want both, they get a hold of it.
Throw and well indeed advantage. He's got a job. Lovely ball.
Just he was on the move as the correct reason.
Times penalty. Deciding there.
Fakenham, I think, just on 40 minutes. So the management team
deciding what you can do. Both sides are going to blast. Fault. Go.
A lovely left on. Stonewright is in there. Stephen
Hart. Strong. Lovely ball in. And got strong header. Counter. Of course, here. But what they won't want to do is get caught. Not missed a lot.
Yeah, in the right place at the right time. Not seized that. I think if isolated with Jarvis.
A little bit of a pushes on. Combined and running with it. Warburton is down, but the referee on his feet. And the advantage goes pretty quickly. Press. Gilchrist, neat ball, strong battle, and a lovely touch forward from Plum, who's on the run. Ball sent back out, a treat there.
Yeah. Calm
it down a little bit, take their time, just a minute or so plus injury time away. 20th minute penalty break as Harnwell's smothered out of it. The ball Harnwell's down in a heap, and this will be a dangerous free kick for Lynn. There's Michael Clear, 25 yards from.
Foreman played in the county and 18. It's quite athletic.
Well, at the moment we've got Hawkins and Harnwell feel that they need it. Stood behind it too. Fried foot.
You have to write that set piece down.
There's a piece like that with both strikers.
They put the far post, and Ryan would have been disappointed there not to score.
In his time,
I think if it had fallen on his head.
This time post. Here's Fakenham breaking forward. Takes genuine space there for George Abbott.
There's definitely one of them sort of rear guard action and just soaking it up. They've when they've gone into looking to try and take advantage of in the second half.
Lead, but Josh Youngs clears time at the moment. First half 17, Kings Lynn Town leading penalty.
Attacked and they'll say it's very soft. Was the referee looked over and he was unmoved, but still if he gave it, and
I guess a good moments, and hopefully it stretches. We'll hopefully see a few more chances.
Yeah, I think the worst thing that can happen for the game is respecting the game and keep it alive as much as possible. The other end through, if they can, and it's close, pin.
LG Perfect is the largest independent commercial garage in Great Yarmouth. We offer commercial operators a competitive price on MOTs, servicing, repairs and also tachograph testing. We even have a state-of-the-art truck wash to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. Visit us at Harfeys Road on the Harfeys Industrial Estate. Call us on 01493 657 131. Great Yarmouth's #1 destination for commercial vehicle maintenance. LG Perfect is the largest independent commercial garage in Great Yarmouth. We offer commercial operators a competitive price on MOTs, servicing, repairs and also tachograph testing. We even have a state-of-the-art truck wash to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. Visit us at Harfeys Road on the Harfeys Industrial Estate. Call us on 01493 657 131. LG Perfect, Great Yarmouth's #1 destination for commercial vehicle maintenance. LG Perfect is the largest independent commercial garage in Great Yarmouth. We offer commercial operators a competitive price on MOTs, servicing, repairs and also tachograph testing. We even have a state-of-the-art truck wash to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. Visit us at Harfeys Road on the Harfeys Industrial Estate. Call us on 01493 657 131. LG Perfect, Great Yarmouth's #1 destination for commercial vehicle maintenance.
Hello and welcome to the Pink and Show's Fell on the Floor Challenge, where we're still at Acle. We had the first team last week and they did the club proud, scoring 0, but in a really good time, must be said. We're here with the reserve team now, trying to bring back some credit to the football club.
Yep.
Yeah?
Going to do me proud.
I mean, they can't do worse, can they?
No. I mean, obviously, I watch these guys week in, week out.
So these are the team that you manage?
Yeah, and I know. So,
Yeah.
you know, I bigged up the team last week, but I don't watch them every week. So, yeah, it was a bit of hearsay, but I've got faith in these boys.
Right, come on. Let's hear some of the lads then. Who have we got first in?
We start off with Blake. I love a book in Robinson.
Just very quickly, I just don't know why I've got these in my pocket. But
As if you
might use them in a bit. It's like I knew he was here
if you have a competition for cards, then we probably win.
Right,
that
maybe
one,
next
but
season.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Goal scoring machine, Adam Carpenter. Oh.
Then you forgot his name.
And then he forgot his
Come on,
name, it's
Gaffer.
awkward. He's a newbie though, we've had him for a few weeks. He already banged in a hat-trick in 20 minutes, so yeah. He's
Right, see if we can score another one
doing
tonight.
well.
Let's hope so.
Faith in you, mate. Don't know who this lad is.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
He's been here for years, no one knows who he is, and apparently his dad's quite famous, but this is young Taylor Reedy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can see that. Brilliant. Great.
No pressure, no
Yeah,
pressure.
Perfect. I had no idea. He knew I was coming here tonight. He
Did
didn't
he?
say anything. Yeah, he was in next.
This is another young goal scoring machine, Harrison Tooley. Youngster, 16, eh? 17? 17. And yeah, shown his worth in Division 2. Superb.
Super. And last but by no means least,
And this
we've
is
got here.
our Manchester United fan from Hull, obviously.
I mean, none of them from
Marshall
Manchester,
Mathers,
are they?
Matthew Marshall.
Where's he play?
He's another striker.
Another striker.
So yeah, full of strikers. Full of strikers.
Tell you what, this time we won't bother with prediction because we've just got to hope we get more than 0.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
it. We'll do it.
Perfect. Go on then. 3, 2, 1, go! I've already beat you. That's a weird technique. Mini Edie. Gonna save an Edie penalty. Edie against Watson. No! I let that one in for you, Darren. What penalty! Not saving that ever. Right, I've got a confession.
Yeah.
I said what the quickest time was 4 penalties scored in 1 minute something. I have a feeling it's 1 minute 42,
Okay.
and I've just been reliably informed that you did that in 1 minute 41.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, I could be having you on here and get it completely wrong. So we'll just have to wait and see until we get back in the studio, but I think your reserve team might be top of the Fan Floor leaderboard. Yeah? Come on! Hello and welcome to the Pink and Show's Fan Underfloor Challenge, where we're still at Acle. We had the first team last week and they did the club proud, scoring 0.
Stuart Webber, in the job, you settled in, how's it been?
Good, really good. I've been here a month. Had a real sort of good look at everything now, and I've been really impressed, I've got to say. You know, I think we've got a good squad of players. Okay, it needs work of like every squad in the country. Some really good staff, some really good practices, and really good protocol which happens. I think a real desire to bring a togetherness with the club, from Colney to the stadium to the supporters to you guys in the media. I think there seems a real sort of sense of openness, and that's really important. So yeah, after a month in, I've been really impressed with what I found.
And I guess in terms of dealing with the release players, that was probably your first kind of public duty in a way, and probably the easiest bit, or the easy bit in terms of the summer rebuild.
No, I don't think it's easy. I think it's never easy to sit opposite 7 grown men and tell them that their time's up at the club. Whether they've been here a year or 2 or whether they've been here 7 or 8. That's not easy. That affects their lives. Okay, it's easy from a contractual point of view that they haven't got contracts, so you're not trying to get rid of a player who's got 2-3 years left on his contract. But it's not. And when you look at people like John Ruddy and Ryan Bennett, they've been here a long time and good servants to this club. But I felt it was the right thing to do it then, to give them the opportunity to have the send-off yesterday, which I think went down pretty well with the fans, and I know certainly John especially really appreciated that opportunity, and I think people who've done well for the club, we should always look to give them a little bit back, in what is a difficult sort of circumstance.
I mean, there were some players not involved in the lack of appreciation. Some maybe we expected, like Michael Turner, maybe Sebastian Bassong, others like Stephen Naismith. Is there anything to read in any of that, or was that just how it happened? Or?
I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I can tell you. To be honest, if they weren't there, right? Yeah, I don't know why, or yeah, I don't know how it works at our club in terms of the lap of, was it appreciation or honour?
Appreciation. I keep calling it a lap of honour.
Yeah.
The two key questions then going into this summer: do you have to sell any more players in terms of the financials of the club going into next season?
We have to be creative, yeah, for sure. To make funds available to do stuff, we have to be creative in what we do. The key is we don't want to sell certain players, of course, and if we do, it's because it's at a price which is really acceptable for us. I mean, fortunately, we're not in a position where anyone's got a gun to our head, so we're in a sort of strong, let's say, negotiating position. But I think it'd be wrong of me to say that there won't be squad movement outs to help us do some work in. I think that would come back and haunt me at some point from you guys, would come and say, hang on a minute, you said that wouldn't happen. We have to be realistic, and of course, through the summer there might be times where the head coach doesn't fancy a player, the player doesn't fancy the new way, so we always have to remain open. I think so early in May, I think it'd be really wrong to say no, that definitely won't happen, that will definitely happen. I think there's a lot of things to happen between now and the end of August.
And likewise in that term, Welcome back to Carrow Road for the second half of the 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final between Kings Lynn Town and Fakenham Town. Kings Lynn currently 1-up thanks to Michael Clunan's 20th minute penalty. How do you imagine the half-time chats went, Matt Hemman?
I think Lynn will probably be a little bit disappointed they haven't been a bit slicker with the ball and move Fakenham around a bit more. It's been a bit bitty, the game, but Fakenham probably be, apart from the soft penalty, I think we've accepted it as a bit soft.
We are officially calling it soft now, yeah.
But, you know, they'll be quite happy. They've disrupted Lynn quite well. They've limited their chances, and they've, you know, they've caused Lynn a few problems going the other way with their front two. So, you know, I think they'll be pretty happy. Like I said, they'll try and take the game as deep as possible, and then look to affect the games with substitutions. But you know, there'll be some tired legs out there in the last 15, 20, I'm sure.
Absolutely. Doesn't look like there are any changes from either side at the interval as they both line up ready for kick-off for this second half. Referee Darren Geary getting the thumbs up to his two assistant referees, and we will get underway. Fakenham Town, of course, 2 levels below Kings Lynn Town in the non-league pyramid, but they won't be thinking about that over the course of the second half, which is underway. And it is a beautiful night here in Norwich at Carrow Road, of course, home of Norwich City Football Club. And it'll be the host for a week of non-league. We've got 2 balls on the pitch, Matt. Exciting times.
Yeah, I think the other one could be interesting. We've played with that for a while.
I don't know, it's a bit flat, I think. Needs to be pumped up. Anyway, here's Fakenham. Let's see if they can make some early inroads. Penning Lynn in. They got more and more of the game as the first half went on, and they'll be hoping to continue that momentum into this second half. It's Stuart Garner. And crossfield ball. Harvey can't quite collect, and Sam Gorkran clears his lines, which has been a common occurrence over the course of this Norfolk Senior Cup final so far. Manuel tries to hold the ball up, but can't find Hawkins. And that's a lovely ball out wide. Here's Fright. And then we'll be trying to assert their superior quality, as it should be the case, of course, with them playing at a high level and dictating the possession. And this is probably going to be the challenge, isn't it, in the second half, that Fakenham will have to chase, and they are going to have to work hard to effectively get the ball to then see what they can do with it.
Yeah, Lynn, they're trying to look like they're trying to be really patient here and perhaps see if they can just draw Fakenham out a little bit from their defensive positions. You know, they're in no hurry to go forward. After all, they're 1-0 up, and the onus is on Fakenham to try and get back into the game. So it seems to be a feature at the minute.
Got a sizable crowd over there on the far side in the City stand. They're making a good amount of noise over the course of the first half, and imagine if things get a little bit tense over the second, we'll be hearing much more from them. And there was a good feisty competitive edge to the first half, wasn't there, at times, man? I think the referee needed to just do only one booking, mind, but the referee had to keep on top of it. Here's Fryatt breaking forward.
Yeah, that's good for the game. You don't want it to be you know, have a pre-season friendly feel as a cup final at the end of the day. It should be very competitive.
This is such a play that Alex Street will be able to claim that, and Lynn can build again from the back. Here's Jordan Young, who looked good when he was able to get forward. It just didn't quite happen enough in the first half, and I imagine Lynn will be trying to make the most of that, but that's a poor ball. And Fakenham can now break. Garner. That's almost an exquisite ball from Dye. It's just cut out. Zilonka through to Warburton, and now here's Young again down the left. And Hawkins, a very impressive young forward who certainly attracted interest from clubs far higher than these two. Garner wins the ball on Ship. It goes through the man. That's a free kick. It's Kings Lynn here on their right. And Michael Clunan, the goal scorer, the man separating the sides with his 20th minute spot kick. Come across and take this with that right foot of his, although Sam Warburton, good options, isn't it, to have two who can take free kicks.
Yeah, something that I like to always have 2 players on the free kick, one left footed, one right footed, just to keep the defence guessing on which angle the ball's going to come in, and it stops them defending too high or too deep, whichever they prefer to do. So they're quite high here, so maybe like Michael Clunan might fancy just whipping it in behind the back 4. If they're a deeper, it might be a left footer that puts it on top of them.
Lynn with the big guns through. It's a ricochet, but it's able to claim. He thinks about turning the ball around quickly, but instead he'll take his time. And Garner makes himself available down this left side. Nice ball down the channel. Here's George Abbott trying to run Ryan Fryatt. Decent ball across for the options. Short and Young again will burst forward.
Yeah, Plum there coming quite narrow into the goal. I think they might have a bit more joy if he just was a bit more patient at the far post, particularly if he pulled onto the left back Jordan Young. Yeah, there's a definite aerial advantage there, and might get a bit of joy if he just stayed out a little bit more and just tried to get his header in at the far post rather than across the goal.
And it will be interesting to see how close Ashley Jarvis remains in support of Plum. It has been a 4-4-2 for most of this game so far. Fakenham Town fans making themselves heard over on that far side. It's been some season for the Ghosts, really, losing manager Wayne Anderson just last month. I'm sure he really would have wanted to have been in charge of the team he's effectively built over the last 6 or 7 years alongside Neil Jarvis. Senior Cup final, that's the kind of thing you want to be in charge of if you can possibly be.
But this is his team. He'll have a lot of pride seeing his team do so well out there, and playing well against a team that are 2 leagues higher than them. So he'll be hopeful that they can still nick something out of the game.
And they're going to get an opportunity here to throw the ball into the box, quite literally, over on the far side.
Yeah, Jarvis has got a long throw, so he'll use that again.
Fakenham themselves 7 times winners of the Norfolk Senior Cup. They haven't won it since 1999 though. Which is probably a year that feels like it shouldn't be too long ago, but actually is. Garner with a throw into the box. Young's trying to get the flick on, but he doesn't manage it. Clunan trying to break, but it's well watched there by Dye. And Abbott combines well. That is officially cleared there.
Proper centre-half clearance.
Tom Ward, who almost literally did find Rosehead. Another throw to Fakenham on this far side, who started the second half well, certainly with purpose. Of course, a goal behind after Michael Clunan's 20th minute penalty. Ryan Hawkins brought down by Tommy Ricks, Fakenham goalkeeper. Here's the throw, Jarvis with it. It's good and straight, it's wonderful! Flicked header, just whistles past the far post.
Josh Young's, I think, in the head.
Both centre-backs are up. Oh no, sorry, just Josh Young's up. And on the header, just couldn't direct it on target. Alex Street was kind of left watching it.
Yeah, I think they caught them by surprise a little bit. His throws so far have been kind of going into a near post. They haven't been making the near post. And that one really whipped in and went beyond their 3 big defenders in there. So thought it was going to sneak in. You can't help feeling the goal for Fakenham would really liven the game up. It'd be good for the game.
Absolutely, it was a low, flat throw. That's a late one from Ghosts captain Stephen Harvey. But the referee is happy just to award the free kick and get things playing. And Jacek Zielonka is back on his feet too. And then we'll probably look to play it short, as they do. Jordan Young now down on the left. It's a lovely ball in from the left, but Plum back defending, and he clears well. It's a lovely touch from George Abbott.
Great
and he
ball.
looks to find Ashley Jarvis.
This is the situation they want.
Jarvis on Gorkin, stands him up. Can he come inside? He does. It's a good block there from Fryatt. Tries to find the ball, breaks. It's just wide. Deflected wide from Plum's shot there. Much better space for Fakenham on the break. And they have a corner now to play with that Stewie Garner will come across to take. Lovely ball out there to Ashley Jarvis. As he said, Matt, we've been kind of hoping that Jarvis will get to take on Gorkin.
Yeah, Sam doesn't want that situation, and Ashley Jarvis does. So any centre half don't like to be pulled out into channels and be faced up 1v1.
It's a good covering block though, I think, from Tom Ward. Across, referee just having a little word with Michael Clunan. See, they said something, we got a little bit excited. We'll get back to the action. It's all in the Lynn box. Stuart Garner to take the corner on the far side. Referee Darren Geary still not quite happy. Certainly been a feisty edge to this game at times. He's now satisfied. We can get back on. Stuart Garner to take the corner. It's low and it's disappointing, and Sam Warburton's able to clear with ease. Dive back to cover. And they're forced all the way back to Tommy Ricks. Disappointing delivery there from Stuart Garner. Fakenham will try and build again as the sun sets here at Carrow Road. The floodlights are on. The fans are enjoying this 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final. Kings Lynn leading by a solitary goal to nil. Michael Cloonan's first half penalty. Separating the sides. Warburton breaks. He has Young again, who's got much more forward this half. Hawkins now dropping deep. Cloonham trying just to find the ball over the top to Ship. It's well covered. Fakenham can break again. The direct balls seem to be coming with a lot more purpose now as Plum finds his way through. It's Plum through on goal. Can he beat Street? He can't. Street very well off his line and gets down well to clear low. And Young can't keep the ball on the far side. Fakenham will get another chance to break. Wonderful ball in, and these forward balls are starting to cause a few problems for Lynn.
Yeah, Lynn looked just come out in the second half a little bit asleep, maybe just taking it for granted a little bit. Maybe they need shake. Maybe one of the two more experienced players need to shake him up a little bit and get him back to getting hold of possession and controlling the game.
Nice pat on the back from Plum to Jarvis. Ball into the box. Street comes, misses it, and referee rather generously gives a free kick there to Lynn for a foul on the Linnets goalkeeper. Few moments, few positive signs there for Fakenham Town. They're chasing this game, of course. 55 minutes into this Norfolk Senior Cup final.
Yeah, they'll be pleased with the start of the second half. Just probably feel like when they have a good period in the game, they need to score a goal. They probably won't have it all their own way in the second half. We'd be surprised if they did. So when they are on top and when they have created something, it's important they take advantage.
A couple of Lynn subs warming up over on the far side. Kings Lynn manager Ian Culverhouse may well be keeping that in mind to keep the side fresh. He admitted they looked a little bit rusty in training after they got back from a couple of weeks off, given their season finished mid-April. Both these sides have had a sizable wait for their Norfolk Senior Cup final appearance. Great turn from Plum, running down the Fakenham right. Again, Gorkin running in front of him there and buying a cheap one.
Yeah, he did buy one. Again, good experience defending from Sam Gorgon. Got his body across. Carl Plum's just tried to get round him, and Sam's felt the contact and gone down. So good defensive play, a little bit frustrating from a Fakenham point of view.
Lynn won't really mind the rhythm of the game being broken up a little bit at the moment. They're just being posed a few questions by Fakenham in this second half. Towering header from Gilchrist. Fakenham fans over on the far side enjoyed that one. Lovely ball out wide. Here's Fright. Ship ahead. Sialonka inside though. No doubt Lynn have tried to be much more patient this second half. It's probably a fine line between being patient and laid back. But here's Warburton on the far side. Armwell picks up the loose ball. Clooney. And this will be more of what Lynn will want to do. It's well cut out by Franks. Fakenham tried to break again. George Abbott gets his head up. Tries to find Jarvis. Jarvis who comes short, but no forward runners. And again, Fakenham obviously putting effort into this. It's a question then of taking the chance when it does come along, because there's only a finite amount of fuel in the bank, isn't there?
Yeah, and like I said before the game, you'd expect Lynn to be able to last the distance a bit more than Fakenham, having played at a higher level, used to a quicker tempo game. But normally it's possession that, either a lack of possession that makes you tired, or if you've got possession and control of the game, you don't mind running.
And that is where Lynn are at the moment, striking the ball around with good purpose in the second half, after a few wobbles earlier on after the half-time interval, but just starting to reassert their composure and authority and a little bit of quality too on the ball, but loose ball picked up again by Fakenham. Jarvis and Ward up for the ball, but it falls now to Harmwell. Plays off Hawkins, lovely feet, good turn, tries to chip Tommy Ricks. Would have been a special goal.
Yeah, it might have been better there. Created a nice little chance for himself. I've seen Ryan strike through the ball there and score. So and Tommy Ricks wasn't that far off his line. I think quite a good sized goalkeeper. So I think Ryan there maybe this better decision might have been just to strike through the ball and take his chance there.
And again, is that a tricky thing for players when they play at a ground like this? I mean, it's a spectacular place to play for any Norfolk footballer. You have to try and remember what you're good at and what you're being told to do, rather than try and play to the stadium in a way.
Yeah, you have to play the game rather than the occasion. And sometimes you think, if you do pull off something like that and it goes in the top corner, you remember it for a very long time. You score a great goal at Carrow Road. So, but the most important thing is to score and win.
We've just got a bit of cramp at the moment. Doesn't look in the best way either, does he, Matt?
No, an hour gone, you'd hope it is cramp and not a little pulled muscle, because he's done well in there tonight. I've been quite impressed with him. I know, speaking to Wayne and Neil in the past couple of weeks, I know they do rate him very highly.
Josh Young is down. He's had a bit of water on his knee, so that'll probably sort it out, I think.
That is the magic
water.
The trouble is, if you're getting cramp after an hour, if it is cramp, so it's a long way to go in the game, and it's not the easiest thing to get rid of. But it doesn't look too bad. But we'll see. We'll see the next chase into the corner.
We will. We'll wait that one eagerly. We're just past the hour mark now. Kings Lynn 1, Fakenham 0 here in the 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final. It's Michael Cluden's goal that separates the two sides. No changes as yet for either side. Well, I'm sure both managers, Ian Culverhouse and Neil Jarvis, will be thinking long and hard about what they do now. Just make sure that it has a positive impact on the game. Josh Young still trying to stretch out his his right leg, sorry. Taking him down to 10 men at the moment. Short of a centre-back, so Matt Franks has slipped in there. Here's Ashley Jarvis. We've got Sam Garner down the right on a pacey run. Does Jordan Young for pace. But Young able to pick up the second ball. A little bit late there from Garner trying to win the ball back. But it's allowed to continue, and Fakenham have the ball again. This time with Stuart Garner here on the left. Short of forward runners. Fakenham just trying to show a little bit of patience here.
Just looking at it, looks like Josh Young's getting treatment on his left quad, just above his left knee. So
he's stretching them all out.
Unusual place to get cramp. So whether or not it's a dead leg, I didn't see any incident. Might be a dead leg, might be a little strain, but we're going to have to make a decision fairly soon, because Neil Jarvis won't want to be playing with 10 men for too long.
Indeed. Physio trying to work some magic. Meantime, it's going to be a throw for Fakenham here on their left. Ashley Jarvis coming across to take it. And here is Jarvis. A bit of a higher looping one here. It comes off Ward, who was flying. Probably not at the exact direction he wanted, but it did the job. Frank's high and hopeful. It's a wonderful touch from George Abbott. Sadly, he did it in an offside position, and Lynn will clear their lines. Still not really making Alex Street work, Fakenham. That'll be high on their priority list over the coming few minutes. Josh Young still trying to run it off, I think, over on this near side. Meanwhile, his teammates are down a man and trying to fend off Lynn, because the second goal would not be very good news. Deep ball, Ship tries to pull to the far post, but it goes over his head. And they try and rebuild. Here's Clunan. Lynn at skipper. Tries to feed in Harnwell. He's well fended off by Matt Franks, who's covering at the moment for Young. Young's at the back, and he does a good enough job there. Tommy Ricks in no hurry to get rid of this ball.
He's got to try and waste a bit of time here, but I think there's only so much the physio can do. I think if he's fit, he's fit. That'll help. Breaking play there. If he's fit, he's fit. I think he just needs to get back on there and decide when he's on.
Cheap foul from Michael Clunan there on Kyle Plum. Just a little note for our YouTube watchers. The clock you can see is counting down before anyone gets too confused. It's got 25 minutes left of this second half, 25 minutes left plus injury time, of course, of this year's Norfolk Senior Cup final. Here at Carrow Road, Kings Lynn Town 1, Fakenham Town 0. Michael Clunan's 20th minute penalty, one officially filed in the soft category. At the moment, is the only thing separating these two sides, which is leaving an intriguing affair as we carry on. Josh Youngs is now back on the pitch.
Yes, looks not too bad. It's a funny one. I mean, maybe it was a dead leg. I think normally if you're trying to work into it like they were, get a bit of heat into it and try and run it off, it's probably a dead leg. But it's best just keep moving.
Well, he'll get that chance now, and Fakenham will appreciate the fact that they are now 11 v 11 as Kyle Plum uses good strength, and Sam Gorkum again just getting ahead of the striker, and that's enough then for Plum to bring him down. It's 50-50, it's hard, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, they're quite wide apart, the two Fakenham strikers, and Kyle Plum looks like he's trying to just work that channel down the side of Sam Gorgon and Ashley Jarvis this side. The problem with that is obviously once it goes into one, it's a long way for the other one to go and support, so it's perhaps more of a defensive move than it is an attacking move. So it'll be interesting to see when Fakenham do have to open up and go for it, how they do it.
And when they decide to do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
That's a big decision, isn't it? Because you've got to do it at a point where your players can still cope with, they've got the energy in the tank to do that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you'd expect something to happen, maybe a substitution to be made sometime perhaps before 75 or around about the 75 mark, where there's still time for someone to influence the game.
Or on the 67th minute at the moment. And here come Fakenham with Sam Garner down the right. Been particularly impressive, actually. Both Garners. Lovely ball inside. Ashley Jarvis takes aim. Just got a little underneath it, but no harm having a go from there. Got a little sighted, didn't he?
Yeah, he's definitely a bright spark. They just need to try and get him on the ball. He just drops into nice little areas to get it on the half turn. He's certainly dangerous when he gets on the half turn and turns and runs at centre half particularly. So they'll be keen to get him on the ball as much as possible.
This is one of those stunning Norwich nights here at Carrow Road. Beautiful sunset. Showpiece event here in the Norfolk Senior Cup final. These teams have to work very, very hard to get it, and no doubt about that. And both sides needed penalties to fend off their semi-final opponents as well. They've been waiting months for this date. And at this point, no one will want to leave with any regrets.
You can still see the game's quite squashed, it's quite compact. You know, the midfield is trying to stay quite narrow, just protective if the ball changes hands. They're in a decent defensive position, and Lynn just being a bit careless when they do win possession back.
Just like then, and there's a slightly tired ball in the middle of that from Matt Franks that gave it away in the first place. He tries to switch play to Carl Plum. He's not going to get on the end of that one, and now it clears up.
He just keeps getting underneath the ball a little bit, Carl Plum. He needs to pull away just off the back of Sam Gorgon so he can just make his runs onto the ball. It's just ended up a little bit narrow.
And of course, it will be on Fakenham Town to try and make the game a little bit more expansive, I guess.
It will be eventually, yeah, it will be eventually. Like I say, I think maybe sometime in the next 5 or 10 minutes they'll maybe have to twist.
Sticking at the moment, coming up to 69th minute here.
But even so, I mean, apart from the game's just gone a little bit messy in the last 5, but up until then, Fakenham looked the side more likely to create some chances. Lynn haven't really threatened this half.
Just a few signs that they're starting to get a bit more of the ball now, though. Here's Jordan Young pressing one down the left. Goes for the deep cross. Ship can't make it. They can clear their lines. Again, Jarvis that time, just caught underneath it. Dye mops up. Here's Sam Garner on the far side. Fakenham fans like that one as he cuts inside on Ryan Hawkins. And here's Stuart Garner, fellow left back. Fakenham trying to play it forward. Lovely ball there for Plum, who's chasing, and Gorkham rather in the back of him. Muted appeals. Ooh. George Abbott, the hand was up.
Yes.
The hand was up, and
Ryan's given it the one in the face, but
in the face. And meanwhile, Harmwell's through. Tommy Ricks has come out and missed the ball. Harmwell, what a tackle! What an outstanding tackle that is. Brilliant chasing back. Brilliant chasing back there from Sam Garner. What a passage of play that was. We've got to take it back. Shot block there from Abbott. Ryan Fried, I think it was, seemed to come off his arm. He went down clutching his face moments later. And Ryan Harmwell is through on goal. Tommy Ricks again rushing out of his area and beating to it. Wonderful saving tackle from Sam Garner.
End to end. Yeah, I think Ryan's thrown his body at that. I don't think it's hit him in the face. I'm pretty sure it's hit him on the arm. It's a difficult one to give for the ref. It's like drilled at him, and his arms are quite close to his body. But I think, like every good defender, he's rubbed his face afterwards just to make sure the referee thinks it's clocked him in the mush.
The dark arts of football. Anyway, we will restart with a Kings Lynn corner over on the far side. Warburton takes, and it's a lovely one, and it's a cracking header, and it's the second goal. Ryan Friat leaps highest at the back post, headers over the Fakenham defenders. Tommy Ricks unable to do anything about it, and Kings Lynn Town have what could prove to be a priceless second goal in this 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final. It's Kings Lynn Town 2, Fakenham Town 0.
Yeah, decent header from Ryan Fry. Always a threat from set pieces. They've got obviously one or two in there. It's difficult for Fakenham to pick all their threats up, and he's got a bit of a knack of just losing his defender. He's just pulled off a little bit there, and decent headed finish. Ironic that he was just involved at the other end, which Fakenham think it was a handball.
He wasn't holding his face after that header, it's fair to say. It was a wonderful, wonderful corner from Sam Warburton. What a wonderful delivery.
Good delivery, good header. Now it's a long way back, but Fakenham just need to hang in there and see if they can just create a little bit of doubt in Lynn's mind by scoring a goal.
We've got a big few minutes coming up for Fakenham Town if they are to do anything with this Senior Cup final. It's such an important passage of play. We could have had, well, probably two small penalty appeals in the Lynn box moments before a goal-saving tackle at the other end from Sam Garner. But ultimately that corner led to Ryan Friat heading home Lynn's second goal. And now if caretaker Ghosts manager Neil Jarvis is going to make changes, he might well be forced into it. Street just slips with the goal kick, but Harvey's unable to get the ball forward to Plum. And Young just holding up the ball and making sure that there's a bit of patience here for Lynn, who now can really take control of the game and dictate as much of the tempo as they wish to. Here is the goal scorer of that second goal, Friat. And now we're back with Gorkham. It's gone a little quiet here in Carrow Road now. The Fakenham Town fans, I think they've enjoyed the evening so far, despite having been behind since the 20th minute. Their side have given everything, and they've not been too far off it. Abbott back covering, and Stuart Garner to clear. Jarvis can't control it though, and Lynn have the ball back. Is Clunan, Lynn's highly rated captain. just starting to hear the Lynn fans who are obviously enjoying themselves. Last time a Lynn side won this competition was their reserve team in 2009. The first team haven't won it since 1950.
That might have been, 2009 when Lynn Reserves won. That might have been the game that Dom Dwyer played in, who's now doing very well in America in the MLS.
He's done very well, isn't he? Very highly
Pretty
rated.
sure he might have played it though.
Not a bad player to call on. There's nothing to say. We've got quite a few young players here from both academies and both youth setups at Lynn and Fakenham. Done a great job bringing through players for each first team outfit. It's going to be another Lynn corner now on the far side. This is where the second goal came from. And once again, Michael Clunan and Sam Warburton will shake to take it, and Fakenham will be left to guess which way or not this time. Looks like Clunan's going to get this one. All the big men are up again. Fryatt, Ward, Gorkran all split. And this one, Tommy Ricks is able to collect. And then enjoys a bit of downtime.
Yeah, good claim by Tommy Ricks. Just what you want your goalkeeper to do. Catch it, take all the pressure off, get yourself up the pitch.
Wasn't much he could do about the corner cross for
No,
the
not really. Outswinging,
second goal.
deep, headed from quite deep.
Nothing particularly wrong with that header back from Abbott, but just a few Fakenham players starting to walk.
Yeah, someone who's caught me on the second half, Matt Dye, just played a little bit deeper in behind the other two midfielders. Looks to have a lot of good quality on the ball. His passing is quite good. Not quite got people in, but looks very comfortable.
Every ball forward to Harmwell. He tries to turn and play in Hawkins. Just can't get in behind. And Josh Youngs clears and goes down again. And I don't think he was particularly happy about the defending in front of him up until that point.
That might
but
be
I
him,
think
I think.
that is his game run. We've got our first change then. 75, 76 minutes into this Norfolk Senior Cup final. Josh Youngs, who was struggling with an injury midway through the second half, gets a cracking reception from the Ghost fans. And Danny Williams it is, who enters the game. Meanwhile, it's the Linnets who are on the attack. Here's Young getting forward, but he runs out of space and the ball disappears behind. And Kings Lynn it is, who lead 2-0 here against Fakenham Town with 13 minutes of this Norfolk Senior Cup final still to play. It looks like Matt Franks is going to play a little bit deeper after that change. He's going to slot in at centre-back.
Yeah, I think Fakenham are looking like they want to bring Joel Glover on as well. It'll be interesting to see if they keep the other two strikers on and add him on, or look to change it. But there's someone else who'll give him an aerial threat, and he'll run all day for them.
Which will be what they need. They're chasing this game now, and time is pressing. And they'll certainly need to get a goal back as soon as possible to keep this game alive. And they try and work it down their left, but they lose out in the end, and Ship wins the throw, which he takes inside to Zielonka. Fryatt and Ward all the way back to Alex Street. Beautiful evening here at Carrow Road, one that Kings Lynn will be remembering fondly if things stay the way they are. Warburton picks up the loose ball. His lovely footwork from Young on the far side. And going up against Plum too. And I think we're going to get a double change here. Neil Jarvis going for it then. This will be their second and third changes. First we've got a Lynn change. Ryan Harmwell makes way. Ryan Lennon it is. Comes on. Harmwell never gave up running, and it was quite dynamic from him and Hawkins for Lynn. As for Fakenham's changes, Captain Stephen Harvey makes way. We've got Shane Ackers and Joel Glover coming on. Ackers comes on for Plum, and Glover it is on for the skipper. That is all 3 changes then. Neil Jarvis rolling the dice.
Yeah, just a straight swap, Glover for Plum. Looks like Shane Ackers again, straight swap for Stephen Harvey. No obvious change in shape at the minute.
And that's as much about having some fresh legs up top, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Carl Plum's got through a lot of hard work, and the quality up to him hasn't always been good, so he's had to chase a lot of balls and try and make them into good ones. Had a good battle with Sam Gorgon a couple of times, so yeah, he's raced his run and they've brought some fresh legs on, but they're fairly similar players, the two of them.
Here come Fakenham then, trying to rebuild, trying to regroup and get themselves back into this game, and they'll do that with a goal. Glover trying to make a use of himself, but Alex Street's able to claim the ball. Lynn will be happy to count down the clock as much as possible. Franks clears. Ward with the imposing header. Takes itself and the ball all the way through to Tommy Ricks. Goalkeeper, I guess, Matt, well, he probably will regret coming out for the first half incident that led to the penalty. He got a little bit caught out in the build-up to the second goal as well, didn't he, Matt?
Yeah, the first one, perhaps if he'd have stayed at home, there wasn't that much of a threat in the air. The defender was fairly close by. But that's the split decisions that goalkeeper has to make, and it happens really quick. And if you come out and clear it, you've made a great decision. And if a striker just beats you to it, you've made a poor one.
Good feet from Glover. Some possession for Fakenham, but they lose the ball and Lynn have bodies forward. Lennon showing a little bit of a turn of pace there. Here's Jordan Young, picks up the loose ball. Here's Lennon again. Hawkins with his luminous boots. And that's a poor one from Shipp, who gets caught out. Abbott. Jarvis a little bit on his toes, on his heels there, but can't chase down, and Fryatt mops up in rather spectacular fashion.
Yeah, Lynn look like they've just dropped into a back three with Jordan Young now a left wing back and Kieran Shipp as a right wing back.
That'll be a little bit of tactical fluidity from Ian Culverhouse, hoping that will just keep them on top and able to control and dictate the remaining 8 minutes of this game now. Time running out for Fakenham to really pose some more questions of Kings Lynn Town and avoid them just rounding out this Norfolk Senior Cup final as winners. It will be the 15th time they've won it, I think, since the First World War, if my stats are right, Matt.
Unbelievable knowledge.
Thank you. It's all stored away in the back of my head somewhere. Or Wikipedia, one or the other. Kings Lynn stroking the ball around nicely now. Here's Warburton. Certainly been a live wire for Lynn going forward, and if there are players they've missed, he's made up for that. Hawkins trying to run.
Look like a handball.
Came off someone's hands. Shipp claiming it was a Fakenham arm. Nicely held up by Glover. Here's Abbott in support. Jarvis desperately trying not to get caught offside, and Ward mops up from the ball forward. His judgment to the header from Jacek Zielonka. Lennon's fresh legs are just giving an extra impetus here to Lynn. It's a lovely forward run from Warburton, who's just playing a bit more central now. Out wide to Lennon. Wonderful ball in, but Young can't quite get on the end of that. The left back doing a good turn of getting up there as a striker, really, for that ball in. Lovely turn by Ashley Jarvis. Now, can he run? Can he make something happen? He slips the ball through. Here's Joel Glover in on goal. Fires it wide. The Fakenham fans wondered. They wondered. His left foot strike was just wide of the near post, and Alex Street, once again, it has to be said, not really required to pull off a save.
Yeah, great place from Jarvis again. Great little turn on the halfway line there and broke at the back four. Good slide pass through to Joel Glover, and probably they say you should go for the far post. Should have gone for the far post. Got two chances there, either a goal or maybe Ashley Jarvis coming in on the cross, but it's just lost it into the near post there. So he'll be a bit disappointed. Good chance for Fakenham that.
Owen McQuaid is going to enter the fray. Kings Lynn's second change of the evening, and Sam Warburton is given a very, very generous ovation there from the Lynn fans. I think he's had an excellent final there, hasn't he, Sam Warburton?
Yeah, I mean, he's been in and out. It's the first time I've seen him play. Owen McQuaid, who comes on, another young player from Lynn's youth team, another county under-18 player. Someone who's impressed me when I've seen him. Played for the Lynn Reserves against Durham Reserves a couple of months ago. Looks a real good player for the future.
Sounds like I was more impressed by Sam Warburton than you were then, Matt.
No, well, if I'm honest, I probably expected a bit more from him. He's come from, from a good level of football, he's playing a team who are 2 levels lower than him, and probably did expect a bit more from him. He had that chance early in the game with the header. He probably himself comes off and thinks he probably hasn't influenced the game as much as he would want it to.
Strong challenge in there from Dye, showing he can mix that up. Lynn have the ball back again. Young on the far side, just loses out. We are heading into the final 5 minutes of this game, which is very much now and never time for Fakenham Town. Playing against a side 2 levels above them in the non-league pyramid. And at the moment, it is showing in the scoreline. There's nothing to say that Fakenham haven't given this everything they've got in the tank. Watched from the stands by their former manager, Wayne Anderson. Neil Jarvis raced out of his dugout there.
Good play from Dye again in the midfield. Switched play out and then went to support the pass, got it back and went out the other way. He's controlled Fakenham's possession quite well. I think Fakenham just need to try and get up the pitch. The problem is you've obviously got Hawkins and Lemon who's come on, who are going to stretch it the other way, and they're obviously worried that they're going to get played in behind. But at the moment, I think they're in a situation in the game they just need to try and get up the pitch as much as possible and try and win the ball back in Kings Lynn's half to try and create something from there.
It's risk time, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to go for broke, and as we've said, you don't want to have any regrets when you come off the pitch. But they are doing it against a side that have plenty of quality in Lynn, and they are going to try and take the sting out of this game at all opportunities. Now we enter into the final 3 minutes here at Carrow Road, 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup final. Kings Lynn Town 2 goals to the good here against Fakenham. Goals coming. Ricks just makes sure he's in the right place to collect the ball. Michael Cloonan's 20th minute penalty, one we have filed in the soft category. And Ryan Fryatt's 72nd minute header. But here is Sam Garner on the break. Great covering tackle there from Sam Gorkram.
Yeah, good flick on from Joel Glover. I've got to be careful not to call Joel Glover Josh Glover, because Josh Glover's been playing in goal for me at Durham for the second half of the season. We're on a regular basis to call him Joel. So I'm doing quite well at the moment.
I'll try and make sure that doesn't happen. Josh fancy himself as an outfield player as well?
He's a decent goalkeeper.
That's enough. We have Tommy Ricks is up. Fakenham Town goalkeeper joins the attack. 88th minute. Corner to be taken. Garner slings it in. Ricks is up there. Ooh. And, well, someone had a slash at that. I think Ryan Fryatt was able to help it clear. Tommy Ricks is staying up for the second corner. George Abbott wants to take it. But I think Stuart Garner is across to take this with his left foot. It'll be an outswinger.
Every Lynn player in the box.
Will Tommy Ricks be able to get on the end of this? It's floated up. Ricks is up there, but his opposite number, Alex Street, claims. And in the 89th minute, 2 goals to the good. Kings Lynn are sitting very, very pretty here at Carrow Road. Tommy Ricks recovers to get back in his goal. I don't think Lynn were in a particular hurry to make him run back. Here's Ryan Hawkins buying some time as it's a bit of a jump. Sam Garner rather jumped into that tackle on Hawkins. Hawkins just gets on with it. Poor touch there from Zielonka. And this is a neat little break. Danny Williams just muscled out of it in the end. And Ship tries to play in Lennon, who's been full of running since he's come on. Even he can't keep that one in. And we're going to have our third and final change for Lynn. It's going to come in the 90th minute. That'll be Kieran Ship who makes way. That'll be for Christopher Ward. Kieran Ship takes his time, working out whether he's going to come off or not.
I think he's trying to cop a deaf in there, keep his head down, avoid eye contact, but his time's up.
Gets a pat on the back from Lynn skipper Michael Clunan as he makes his way off, and a warm reception from the Lynn fans on the left side of the City stand as we look.
Chris Ward's a left-footed defender, so it'll be interesting where he slots in. He's someone who was at Lynn. We had him on loan a little bit again at Dereham for a few weeks, and then went back to Lynn, had a little spell away from Lynn, and then come back this year, done really well, and had a couple of chances in the first team under Ian Kelvin. Scored at least one goal, I think. So he's kind of rejuvenated his career at the club.
Into added time at the end of this Norfolk Senior Cup final. The fourth official was trying to put up the amount. It might be 4 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. We have had a couple of stoppages, so it wouldn't be a surprise if that was the case. We will see. Either way, Fakenham could certainly do with 4 minutes, and they've got to score 2 goals. And I think Lynn are well aware of that and won't be doing anything that puts their chances of winning this Norfolk Senior Cup in danger. And it would take a lot from here, it has to be said. Here's Ryan Fright, the scorer of the second goal, which effectively killed the contest. Just gave Fakenham a little bit too much to do. It was a lovely header at the back post from Sam Warburton's corner. McQuaid, neat on the ball. And then gets in rather a tangle with Zielonka, who wants to get involved too. But this will suit Lynn to the ground, 2-0 to the good.
Yeah, Fakenham here just need to get, when the ball goes backwards, just get up the pitch. Even 5-10 yards helps, and then they can try and nick it here.
Which they have done through George Abbott, who's been full of running all evening. But he just loses out, and here's Ryan Hawkins. Given a lot of room by Stuart Garner. Hawkins continues. Opts to play Jordan Young. Comes in quick off the flank. And just getting confirmation over the PA. Michael Clunan is tonight's man of the match. Agree with that, Matt? Would he have been your man of the match?
I'm probably clouded from the point of view that I've seen him play better and have more of an influence on a game, but he's an outstanding player, and that adds to the accolades that I think he's won several Player of the Year trophies in his time at Lynn already, and some of the supporters and the club and the players. So yeah, you can't argue against it. But it's been a game where probably no one player has really stood out. It's been quite a cagey affair for quite a long parts of the game. Had a little spell after half-time where Fakenham were on charge, but certainly when Lynn are in possession, it's normally Michael that's pulling the strings.
Absolutely. I think Fakenham's fullbacks have certainly got involved. There's the corner, which is headed clear by Tommy Ricks. Hawkins just penalised for handball there. It was a lovely take. But obviously with his arm, that's a wonderful ball. Here's Ashley Jarvis. Is there a moment here for Fakenham? He tries to turn in on his left. He's getting muscled out of it. Clunan back. And now he's got to try and pick someone out, which he does very, very well indeed to find Joel Glover. And his eyes light up. But the ball bends wearily away off target. Alex Street is untroubled again. And that could well be the last chance for Fakenham Town.
That is an unbelievable pass from Joel Glover.
Yep.
Nearly Josh Glover, but I thought Josh. Yeah, great pass and a great run from Ashley Jarvis. He'll be disappointed he just couldn't get out of his feet and get his shot off. But defender just got in and then waited for help and snuffed the chance out. But that would have set up a little interesting minute or two.
It would do indeed. But as it happens, I think we're entering the last minute and a half of added time. Again, we've seen some nice touches from Ashley Jarvis, but just took too long on the ball there. Fakenham haven't been able to make Alex Street work, and they have been in promising positions. Here's Lennon, who certainly helped Lynn take the sting out of the game since he's come on with his pace. Hawkins dinks the ball down the left. Here's Jordan Young, and he's willing to wait in the corner, which isn't something that Danny Williams was willing to wait for. Here's Hawkins, picks up the ball into the area. Lovely little run. And then he runs out of pitch. Tommy Ricks will take the kick. Fakenham still trying to inject some tempo, but that will be it. Kings Lynn Town are the 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup winners. They've beaten Fakenham Town 2-0 here at Carrow Road. Goals coming in the 20th minute from Michael Clunan with a soft penalty. And Ryan Fryatt rather sealed matters in the 72nd minute with a header from Sam Warburton's cross. The team from 2 divisions above take the Norfolk Senior Cup, Matt, and in the end it was what was expected of Kings Lynn, of course, and they've done what was asked of them.
Yeah, the game's gone to form. It's probably frustrating from Fakenham in that they've competed in open play quite well. They're just not too many chances in open play at all. Obviously the soft penalty in the first half and the set piece in the second. So as a game and a game plan, I'd think Fakenham, when they reflect on it, would be pretty happy how they've sort of played it out. And you know, we talked about after half time that little spell that they had, it was important. You know, you needed to score, then they didn't, and then obviously got the sucker punch with the second goal from the set piece. So I'm sure they'll be disappointed, but it's been a great occasion for them. Getting to a final is brilliant, and you know, like I say, the game plan that Neil Jarvis set out, I think they've conducted it really. You know, they've put it into practice really well, and one or two little things went for them, or you know, had one or two little things gone for them, then I think, you know, the game could have been slightly different. But you always thought Lynn had another gear, that if they had to go, you know, if they had to sort of dig deep, they would find something.
And I guess what Fakenham can say is that they won't necessarily leave with any regrets, which I guess when you get to this stage of something is what you want, really.
Yeah, they've had a go, haven't they? They've had a go. They've played a front two, you know, and they've gone up against the Lynn back four and in the end a back three. You know, and there's the header from the long throw in the second half when it was still 1-0. A couple of little sort of half penalty shouts. The chance at the end there when it was 2-0. So, you know, they've created as much as probably they would expect in a game. They just haven't had that quality in the final third just to see it through. And Lynn will probably think at times they were played within themselves. But, you know, decent final. I think both sets of players will be fairly happy with how they've performed.
Cracking scenes as the Lynn players go over to celebrate with their fans, who come all the way from West Norfolk, of course. And first silverware for Ian Culverhouse as a manager in his own right now. And what they will be hoping, I guess, after quite a disappointing season, is that this is the start of something much more positive and progressive now for the Linnets. Yeah,
I think so. And you'd expect the Lynn team that kicks off the start of next season will be, you know, a lot different to that team. You know, he'll want to put his own print on the squad and the starting 11. There's a lot of young lads who will finish off the season, and they'll be looking to obviously see if they can get in and around it. But they've lost a lot of experience towards the end of the season, and they'll be hoping to fill that with some quality in the summer. I'm sure that work's already going on.
I'm sure it is indeed, and Ian Culverhouse will be desperately keen to get on with that as best as possible.
Be interested to see what happens at Fakenham, and you know, as well, because you know, with a change in manager, you always have a big turnaround in players. I know this bunch of players are very, very loyal to Wayne and Jarv. So, you know, with them, it looks like neither of them will be there at the start of next year. Be interested to see how they line up next year. And they're obviously still in the third and Prem, so it's a good level of football. And you know, it's a tough league, so they'll be wanting to attract. If they do lose players, they'll be wanting to attract some good players there as well.
Referee Darren Geary and his assistants John Block and Cameron Brown, plus fourth official Matt George, now about to collect their rewards for officiating the game. I mean, we've sort of labelled the penalty as a soft one, Matt. I guess it tends to be like that, doesn't it? There's always going to be a bit of controversy, but generally he did allow the game to play and we had a good competitive game.
Yeah, he did. It was noticeable that he didn't want to book anyone too early on. Let the game flow a bit. Allowed 1 or 2 tackles. There was nothing nasty in the game, I didn't think, and he didn't get too twitchy with his cards. And that what you don't want is for someone to get an early yellow, then miss time a tackle later on and get sent off. So.
Absolutely. In fact, we only had 1 booking in the entire game, which was for Ryan Hawkins. Here is Michael Clunan. He picks up his Man of the Match award.
He must have a big cabinet at home,
All the successful ones do, Matt. I think that's what they say. And next up will be Fakenham Town, rewarded for their endeavour and what's been a fantastic cup run, regardless of the fact that they couldn't quite do it tonight. They managed to beat Harleston Town on penalties, having played most of that game with 10 men, knocked out Galston in the early rounds, Diss as well. They had to play twice. I mean, it's been some run, hasn't it, really?
Yeah, they've had a good run to the final. Even, beat Harleston in the semis. Well, Harleston have got a lot of players who have played at this, or their level and higher. So, tough game, like you say, with 10 men for long periods of the game. So, when teams, Galston had a good year in the third and Prem, Diss are a good third and first division team. So, like I say, I had to play that twice because I think ineligible player or something was it, I think.
Yeah,
so
a bit of confusion, I think, over the rules in the end. But
right, yeah. So they've done well to get the final, and like I say, they should be proud of themselves how they've acquitted themselves against a Lynn team who are 2 levels up, and they've hung in the game, they've stayed in it. And if things had gone slightly differently, then you never know.
What happens next for Fakenham Town will be very interesting over this summer. Some big decisions. Managerial search is ongoing, although I think there have been interviews. I'm sure someone somewhere will know who the man is in the frame. And we actually had some managerial news, didn't we, today, with Wroxham appointing Ross Potter and Tom Parks.
Tom Park, yeah.
As their new duo. You know Tom quite well.
Yeah,
and Ross, I'm sure.
Yeah, no, both of them. Obviously, had to work with Tom on a daily basis. So, wish them all the best. Wroxham obviously going down to the third and Prem, so they'll be hoping to develop a winning mentality and try and see if they can do well in that league and try and get them back up.
Here come the Linnets, back as their first team in this competition. The last time they won it was through their reserve team back in 2009. Now the Linnets have thrown the full weight into the competition, and they were rewarded not only with a final appearance here at Carrow Road, but a 2-0 victory over Fakenham Town. And as we were saying, Matt, it'll be very interesting to see what this Lynn side looks like next season in the Evo Sticks Southern Premier, because Ian Culverhouse, picking up his first award, his first bit of silverware as manager, will be keen to make sure that it's a side that can really push for promotion from the Southern League and get a lot closer to playing, I guess, back at National League level, which is where they feel they belong.
Yeah, it's a big jump, Southern Prem or any step 3 to step 2, big jump. Takes good players, takes a bit, good finance. It's a long season, so he'll need to add to his numbers. But he's got a lot of good experienced players there, and I think he's tied them down to contracts quite early on, and he'll be looking to add to that by. I think he'll bring most of the players he'll bring in will be experienced players. He's got a lot of good young players at the club as well, so I would have thought, and then probably in forward areas like you've seen tonight, they're a little bit short. So of experience, so I'm sure he'll be looking to address that as well.
Well, in front of their own fans, there are still some Fakenham fans here as well to celebrate. But the presentation is made. Michael Clunan and Kings Lynn Town lift the 2017 Norfolk Senior Cup here at Carrow Road. Cracking scenes. We're going to be heading for a break now, and when we return, it'll be Jake Watson down with Kings Lynn manager and captain, all being well. We'll see you in a few minutes.
LG Perfect is the largest independent commercial garage in Great Yarmouth. We offer commercial operators a competitive price on MOTs, servicing, repairs and also tachograph testing. We even have a state-of-the-art truck wash to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. Visit us at Harfeys Road on the Harfeys Industrial Estate. Call us on 01493 657 131. LG Perfect, Great Yarmouth's #1 destination for commercial vehicle maintenance.
Hello, welcome to the Pink and Show's Fell Under Floor Challenge, where for the final time, this is the last ever Fell Under Floor. We're at the Road to Pro Academy here in Lowestoft. Ex-Norwich City player Danny Crow. We saw Mickey Spillane's group last week go, scored 3 in 150. 150 something, decent time. So the winners, top 2, are going to go into a playoff and have a big competition to see who wins this year's Fell Under Floor Challenge. So you've got the final chance to do it.
Okay.
What do you reckon about this 5 you've got here? Can they do it?
I'm very, very confident in them.
Yeah?
They're all very good mates, all went to school together. It means a lot to them, look at them. It means so much to them. They're
Let's
so
have a look at them, shall we? Who's in first?
Okay, we're going to have Kane. Kane's going to win first. He's a centre half. Very proud of him.
Very proud of him. And next? Where are you going?
Carl Haylock, he is a centre half, but he played up front Tuesday, didn't do very well, but we'll let that go.
So back to centre half next week.
Back to centre half. Aussie Cook, what a guy, silly headband on, but he looks cool, doesn't he?
Oh, he looks cool.
Really cool. Cam Russell, centre forward, top goal scorer this year. What a player, he will not miss. Guaranteed a goal there.
Right, you heard that. And last?
Ryan Reynolds, love him. Right back, he'll be centre mid next year, isn't you?
Ryan, how does it feel to know you're the last ever person to take a penalty in the Fell Under Floor Challenge? Emotional?
Yeah, but I'm just going to bang it top bins anyway. So
Just going to bang it top bins. So for the last ever time, let's go.
Cam scores goals. Goals. Oh my God.
And that is the perfect way to end the Fell Under Floor Challenge. They scored 0 in 2 minutes.
Clean sheet, mate.
Clean sheet for me, which has been coming. But it does mean that we do end the year as Team Mustard, bottom of the Fell Under Floor leaderboard. Danny, you proud of the lads?
Oh yeah, proud of him, but unlucky out there. Unlucky.
Yeah.
It was a good time. It was a good time, yeah.
Yeah, no, but thanks, boys, for letting us come down. And we'll think of another challenge. We'll come down next season and we can try and do a little bit better, yeah?
What, me or them?
Them.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
Oh, do it then, do it! Do it!
Right, we're not coming back next year now. That's it. Is he all right? Knowing that you're a team who was fully expected to win tonight, you know, you play 2 levels above Fakenham. How do you approach that? Because you'd imagine that teams in like Fakenham are likely to sit in and let you go come to them. I think for a lot of people feel Fakenham as the underdog today, but with that especially made a big
which I'm sure.
This season. So are you confident for next season? Because there's been a talk for a good few years now with Kings Inn that you've got some money, you've got some good players, that you should be pushing towards the top end of that Southern Division.
We've had a disappointing season.
Yeah.
There's no two ways about it. We've had a lot of young lads playing who have held their own, have done really well. But I think Ian will be bringing in a few additions in the summer, hopefully strengthen the squad. And we'll go from there.
And what about your own future? You one here definitely for next year?
I'll have to speak to the chairman in the next couple of days. We just wanted to get this game over and done with, and now we can sort of relax and look forward to the next season.
Well, Michael, congratulations on your performance today, and good luck for next season.
Thank you
very much.
Care.
And that is it for Mustard's coverage of the Pinken show for the Norfolk Senior Cup final. Kings in Town are 2-0 winners over Fakenham. Hope you enjoyed.
LG Perfect is the largest independent commercial garage in Great Yarmouth. We offer commercial operators a competitive price on MOTs, servicing, repairs and also tachograph testing. We even have a state-of-the-art truck wash to keep your vehicle in tip-top condition. Visit us at Harfeys Road on the Harfeys Industrial Estate. Call us on 01493 657 131. LG Perfect, Great Yarmouth's #1 destination for commercial vehicle maintenance.